Welcome back to the Wood and Metal Workshop. Just want to say thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. Last week I did a video asking for questions, and I got a few, and I've got some emails on some other videos from other people that also asked some questions. So I'm going to include these all together and answer as many of them as completely as I can. But I really want to say thank you for 1,000 subscribers. It really encourages me to, what I'm doing is appreciated out there. And the first one is an email from John. I'm going to read the whole thing to you because it really hit a nerve with me. I mean, it really encouraged me and made me know what I was doing is at least helping somebody. Kent, I greatly enjoy your videos. I'm 27 and have no background beyond a few mandatory shop classes in school. Videos like yours have encouraged me to start learning to do stuff myself. My wife and I just got into our first house and I have a garage for the first time, and I'm really enjoying learning about tools and stuff. Then he goes on to say, thank you for sharing your knowledge and projects. It's a great encouragement for me. And he's got a couple of questions, so we're going to do the questions first. First one, corded or cordless tools? Yes. Cordless tools have gotten so much better. I remember my first Craftsman cordless 3/8" drill, and it was a piece of junk, honestly. Built-in batteries, you plugged a wall wart into it to let it charge. No indication when it was fully charged or not charged. No replaceable batteries, so when it was dead, you plugged it back in, and it took like 8 hours to charge up. That was my introduction to cordless tools. After that, I went to a big upgrade, Panasonic. I think it was a 9.6 volt drill, and boy, that just changed my world. It was so easy to take the drill with you for driving screws and drilling holes and all that stuff. In today's market, extremely underpowered with all the new offerings. So corded tools, I like to have a corded drill. Carry one in my truck box. Always have a corded drill with me. I actually carry a Bosch Bulldog that has hammer or regular drilling capabilities. That's the one I carry in my truck box. I also have a couple of Milwaukee's, Magnum hole shooters, 1/2-inch chucks on those. The Bulldog, I have a chuck that keyless chuck for, so I can put it in the SDS chuck and put a regular drill bit in it if I have to. Sawzall, I like a corded or reciprocating saw. I have a corded. Angle grinders, I much prefer corded to the cordless versions. The cordless versions just seem to chew through batteries, even the new ones. And I don't find the ergonomics on a lot of the cordless offerings very, very comfortable for holding on to for a long time. And as you know, I love angle grinders and I use them all the time. But cordless drills, impact driver. Gotta be one of the greatest inventions ever. Drive screws, drill holes, assemble nuts and bolts. It's just a great tool to have, and I'd be lost without mine. I've actually got two of them, one that goes in my road box and one that stays here in the shop. Same with cordless drills. Got cordless drills in the road box and cordless drills stay here in the shop. I've gone with the rigid line because they're inexpensive. A lot of people complain about warranty issues. They got the lifetime warranty, but it's such a hassle to get. I've never had a problem with it. I've used it 3 or 4 times, and it's always gone really smoothly. Take the tool into Home Depot, they send it off. In a couple of days, I get a message that it's back or what. So, I haven't had any problems with the warranty. Circular saws, the new cordless ones are awesome and they're great. I only have older rigid ones, and I don't think those are, I think they're underpowered, and batteries don't last long enough. Even the lithium ion batteries seem to last in those very well. They're great for, say you're up on a roof and you need to trim something, that kind of stuff, but for big project stuff I corded. Same with the jigsaw. I love my cordless jigsaw. It's very handy to have wherever I am, but in the shop I use a corded one. There's a bug flying around in front of my face. Problem being out in the country. So yeah, cordless tools. Depends on the tool. I use a mixture of both. He goes on to say, I want to learn how to weld. How should I go about it? Check your community education or your local tech schools to see if they have a night course in welding, kind of a hobbyist course. I know that one of our technical schools here in the area, they do have, it's like a 10-week course once or twice a week, something like that, in the evenings to go and learn how to weld. It's a good way to go about it. You get good instruction from a qualified instructor on how to do that. If that's not available to you, go out and buy a decent welder and buy some steel. Preferably if you're learning, you want, I'd say, new steel. You're going to use what they call coupons, which are just short pieces. You're going to practice your different welds, fillet weld, and flat weld, and all that stuff. When I teach people how to weld, I start them off on oxyacetylene, just running flat beads on a plate, and then fillet welds and butt welds and that stuff. It gives you a good understanding of what the puddle is, what the puddle's doing, what the filler metals are doing. But if oxyacetylene is not out there for everybody, it's not a process that's used a whole lot anymore. And what you're going to see mostly is MIG welding, and so go buy a decent MIG welder. I like the Lincoln 210 MP. I think it's a great value for the money. It's a little higher end. You can get a Hobart cheaper, or some of the new Chinese imports, and are quite a bit cheaper. And I don't think you're going to get quite the quality out of them yet, but they're getting there. And just practice. That's all I can say. Go watch Jody over at Welding Tips and Tricks, and he actually shows you how to cut, polish, and etch your practice pieces, so you can actually see what the weld is doing, see if you've got good penetration, and do that. Don't just slap stuff together. And it's not a hot glue gun. It's close, but it's not quite. So practice. If you can't take classes, then just get a welder and start practicing, and make some few simple projects. I always get a kick out of when I'm reading some of the forums, and which welding cart should I buy? You shouldn't buy a welding cart. Honest. If you're learning how to weld and you got a welder, build a welding cart. It's great practice, and it's something for yourself. So if you screw it up and it falls apart, or it welds crack, or it's not a life or death situation. It's a welding cart. Build your own. Great practice. Gives you a lot of learning on layout and fit up and all that stuff, and is a good starter project for any welder. So that's it for his questions. Paul over at Paul's Garage. If you have not checked out Paul's Garage channel, please do so. Link down in the description. He's got a great channel. I just love watching his videos. He's funny, he's entertaining, and he does a lot of neat stuff. He's doing metal casting and 3D printing and some sheet metal work and all kinds of stuff. And his videos usually come out on Fridays. Every Friday he seems to have a video. So go out and check out Paul's Garage if you haven't yet. He's got several questions. If you could have any one tool that you don't currently have, what would that be? As far as tools go, the shop is pretty well equipped, as most of you know. I've added a mill and a lathe in the last year. I built a sandblast cabinet a couple years ago. I've got pretty much everything I need, but I don't have a belt grinder. I've got all the parts for a belt grinder. I'm just doing a little analysis paralysis on which motor to use, so I can lay it out and finish the design on it. So, I guess a belt grinder. If you could learn any one skill, shop related or not, that you don't currently have, what would it be? CAD. Honestly. I use SketchUp, and I'm a novice at that, but I can usually get a picture that looks okay. I'm going to pop a picture in here. It's a design for a steel rack that I just did in SketchUp. I'm getting better at it. But I am also teaching myself Fusion 360. And I really wish there was a class I could go take locally that would teach me how to use 3D CAD. Because I think it's, in today's climate, in shop work, it really is a wonderful skill to have. And I wish I had it already. I wish I had learned it 20 years ago. Hypothetically, if you had to choose either MIG or TIG welding and do only that kind of welding for the rest of your shop life, what would it be? No. There's no such thing as having to choose one. They're out there for a reason. They've all got different attributes and things that make them better for certain jobs. MIG is fast, it's strong, it's mostly clean. And with MIG you can go to dual shield flux core and just all kinds of stuff. TIG, you can weld just about anything. Of course, MIG with a spool gun, you can weld just about anything. I'm not going to choose. I just can't do it. What was your first car? My first car was a 1977 GMC Jimmy two-wheel drive with the inline 250 inline 6. Bought that from my uncle, paid a massive $200 for it. The first thing I had to do when I got it home was put some sheet metal in to cover up the holes in the floor, pulled up the rubber mat, put some sheet metal down, put the rubber mat back down. And I had that for it was about 2 years before it finally got to the point where repairing it and whatnot was not an option anymore. Minnesota's hard on sheet metal. It really is. And the 70s were not a great years for good coatings. So that was my first car. What are my favorite pizza toppings? Pretty simple guy. I like pepperoni and sausage. And that's it. Pepperoni and sausage. Sometimes I put breakfast bacon on it, but not always. I'm a meat and potatoes guy. That's what I like. You frequently show gas-powered things, mower, truck, but have you ever had an interest in steam-powered things, like old-fashioned steam-powered line shaft or vehicles? I've been to quite a few steam shows in the area, and while I find them interesting, it's not something that I would do personally. I watch Myfordboy's videos. Once again, link down in the description. He does a lot of builds of steam-powered little scale models, and they're all really, really cool, and the machining content's good, and he does casts all his own rough parts for the most part. So interesting to watch. Another question, I didn't put down who posted this. This is from back from the Lincoln 210. First impressions. How did I get it for $1,000? Lincoln had a rebate last summer, and it was $9.99 plus tax. That's how I got it for $1,000. And another question, I did not get the poster, but why do people film welding without tinted lens for camera? Not just this guy, but everyone. Skip that part and go to the results, or get a lens that can shoot the weld. Because we're shooting entertainment videos. If you want how-to on welding, go over see Jody at Welding Tips and Tricks. He has great shots of the weld and the puddle and whatnot. For the most part, we're shooting entertainment videos and general overviews, and people really love to see sparks. I've gotten several emails and stuff over the last 2 years that I've been doing this, that hey, I want to see the sparks. So show a lot of high-speed welding for that reason. AD4M Rick asks, what do you see as your next equipment acquisition? As far as buying a piece of equipment, I've got several things planned to build. Belt grinder, which I've already mentioned. I'm building a new base for the lathe, because this one's not stiff enough. And anybody who knows machine tools like to be stiff and solid and heavy. And they need some vibration. So I'm going to be building a new base for that. As far as acquisitions, he also said, or do you see your shop pretty much complete? No shop is ever complete. So I'm really looking at a CNC plasma table. Just have to figure out where it's going to fit in here and what size I want to get and which manufacturer I'm going to go with. Paul Campbell asks, don't you think you should grow that fantastic beard a lot longer? Just saying. Well, I don't pick my beard length, design, shape, whatever my hairstylist does. Happens to be my wife. That's what she does for a living. And so I go see her every 2 to 3 weeks and she does whatever she wants with it. Same with my glasses. I don't pick my glasses frames. I haven't since I got married. My theory is that I don't look at them, I look through them. So she gets to pick them because she has to look at them. So same with the beard. Hairstyle is genetics. Paul C. in the Build or Buy put up a list of questions you should ask yourself to build or buy, and I'll put a link down in the description to that video. Please go read his comments. It's a great thing to list of things you should ask yourself on Build or Buy. And then the Junkman asks, would you ever want to do YouTube or content creation in general full-time rather than as a hobby? I'm kind of doing it full-time now. It's not my job. It's not what I do to make my living, but I film just about everything that I do. And most of that makes it out onto YouTube. There's off-site stuff for clients. I don't shoot a lot of that because they're paying me for my time, and video making takes a lot of time. The job will take 2 to 3 times as long to do on video as it does in real life if you were just to do the job. And on that note, video making is expensive. Time and money. And having 1,000 subscribers and the comments and the questions really make it worthwhile to me. John's letter really gave me a boost. And so, but it is expensive, and like I said, both time and money. And I've mentioned that before. So we're doing a t-shirt campaign. If you haven't bought a t-shirt yet, please hit the link down in the description. Go over to TeeBlaster. Spend the 20 bucks on a t-shirt. All the profit from that's going to go back into videos for you guys, as well as we have a Patreon now. Link down in the description as well, or on the home page. It's in the upper left hand. As you're looking at it, it's in the upper right hand corner. So you can give as little as $1 a month. All that money is going to go back into making great videos for you guys. If I reach certain goals, would really like to hire some help to help edit videos and help shoot videos and make them better for you guys. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Once again, thank you very much for subscribing. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Everybody who subscribes, everybody who watches, and everybody especially who shares my videos with other people. So share it on your favorite forums, share the videos on your social media, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.